Hello and welcome to today's mindfulness session. So please take a few moments to get yourself comfortable in your seat. As always, let's just take half a minute or so to settle. So wherever you're sitting, if you're sitting on a chair or sitting on the floor, sitting on your bed or the settee, doesn't matter as long as you can be comfortable. And also alert and upright. So we don't want to be so comfortable that we sort of drift to sleep. But we want to be comfortable enough so that we can settle without any distractions from our body telling us there's a little niggle here, a little niggle there. So it's always a good thing just to check in with the body first. So checking that both feet can settle comfortably on the surface that they're resting on. Your feet comfortable. Notice the parts of the legs and the buttocks and the sitting bones in contact with the surface that you're sitting on. And is your pelvis pretty level? So both buttocks, both sitting bones are down in the seat on the surface. So you're not tilting your hips over to one side or twisting one hip forward, one hip back. So just trying to be as level as you can. So you're settling your foundations. It's like building a house. Your feet, legs, buttocks, sitting bones, pelvis, hips. It's nice and settled. So your spine then can just effortlessly grow up out to the hips, an effortless lengthening up through the spine. So the front of the body is kind of open and receptive. So again, we're not going to close in and go to sleep. So there's an open quality across the front of the chest. The breastbone is light and buoyant. The collarbones at the front sort of open and apart, shoulders dropping back and down. Hands can rest comfortably. So we are going to be doing some movements with our hands and shoulders in a few moments anyway. So we'll do another little check-in with those. But just for now, make sure the hands are resting comfortably. And the head then just floats up on top of the spine. Like a little balloon floating up all on its own. Take a lovely big breath in. And a breath out. So now once again, a slow, big, full breath in. And then an easy, slow breath out. And then let your breath just settle and take care of itself again. Just let it be. So there are areas in the body that gather tension habitually. When we make our effort, or if we get a bit stressed or a bit anxious, then we sort of tense up in protection or defense. So we're going to just tap into those areas and see if we can invite a little bit of softness. Because softness, if we can find our place of softness, then that's where our inner strength will grow out of. So external tension and strain and defensiveness isn't necessarily strong. That might be because we haven't tapped into our inner source of strength. So we have to put on extra layers of protection. Our outer shell becomes hard to protect our sort of weak insideness. But sometimes if we can soften through the outer shells, give ourselves permission to be a little bit more vulnerable and open, then we can tap into that inner sense of strength, which is there in each and every one of us. And it takes a little bit of courage to soften our shells. But you are here, have your own accord, you're sitting quietly in a safe place. So now your choice is to soften in order to find your inner strength. So I'd like you just to start with your hands. So maybe just lift your hands just sort of in front of your chest or whatever's comfortable, and spread your hands so you're broadening and stretching your hands. So the palms of the hands stretch, the skin from the center of the palm of the hand stretches, and stretch through your fingers, your thumbs, becoming extra long and straight, and then soften. And then take your hands into a fist, and you can curl your thumbs around the outside of the fingers rather than trapping your fingers, your thumbs under your fingers. So you've got a fist, thumbs curled around the outside of the fingers. So it's quite a tight fist. And then circle your fists. So you're finding your wrist joints. There's a bit of movement in your wrists. So your hands are in fists, and you're circling your fists to find your wrist joints. Just a few times one way, and then a few times the other way. Just finding your wrists. And then just relax, let your hands softly unfurl and rest back down on your legs or in your lap, and just notice your nice soft hands there. Any tension just softly melts away from the hands. Take a big breath in and a breath out. Keeping your hands soft, you let your shoulders slowly start to rise up towards the ears. So the top of the arm bones, the shoulders lifting up towards the ears. You'll feel a tightening in the muscles around the top of the shoulders, or they squeeze into the neck. And then slowly and gently let those shoulders melt down away from the ears, keeping your hands soft all the time. Try that once again. So keeping your hands soft, just sense how the muscles around the top of the shoulders start to contract and tighten to pull your shoulders up towards the ears. So you're squeezing and tightening the muscles around the shoulders towards the neck, and then slowly let those shoulders melt down away from the ears again. Just let them relax. And then again, drawing the shoulders up towards the ears. Now this time, can you draw your shoulders back? Excuse me. So you might let your elbows bend in towards each other behind your back. So your shoulder blades draw into your spine, into your back. And then draw the shoulder blades down into the back. So the shoulders draw down away from the ears. And then pull the shoulders forward. So you might let your back round and your chest sort of hollow out. We're going to keep that going. Lift the shoulders up to the ears. Draw the shoulders back. So the shoulder blades draw into the spine. Maybe your elbows bend behind you. Draw your shoulder blades down into the back. And then let your shoulders squeeze forward, hollowing out and squeezing your chest, rounding the back. Just do that a couple more times. So we're letting the top of the arm bones sort of circle around. They pull forward, up to the ears, back and down. And I also want you to sense those shoulder blades in particular. The shoulder blades are like two bony plates at the back of the shoulders, either side of the spine. And squeeze them in towards each other, pull them down into the back, draw them wide away from each other, and then up to the ears. Really sensing that movement through your shoulder blades as well as your shoulders. And then let your shoulders relax. Just let your shoulders relax. Hands rest softly on your legs or in your lap. The muscles around the shoulders have melted. And take a couple of lovely big breaths there. Lovely. Keeping your shoulders relaxed, I'd like you to close your eyes as tight as you can. Scrunch up your nose and your cheeks. cheeks. So you're really squeezing your eyes shut, but keep your shoulders relaxed, keep your hands soft. You're just squeezing all the muscles around the eyes, maybe your forehead scrunches, maybe your nose wrinkles up, your cheeks squeeze up, and also tighten and purse your lips a little as well. So your whole face is becoming tight and squeezed. And then slowly and gently relax the muscles of the face, the forehead, the eyes, the cheeks, the nose, the lips. Just let everything relax. Keep your eyes soft, closed maybe. And just sense the softness now spreading from your forehead, eyes, cheeks, nose. Keep your hands light, keep your shoulders relaxed. And now I'd like you to slowly start to open your eyes as wide as you can. So gradually your eyes are becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, as big as the moon. So your eyebrows will lift up into the forehead muscles contract. And you can open your mouth as well. Open your mouth as wide as you can without any pain. Just wide, stretching out your jaws, your eyes. So your face is wide as if you're startled. And then softly and gently let your jaws relax. Let your eyes soften again. Your lips gently come back towards each other. Your eyelids softly close over the eyeballs. And your face just soft. The skin on the forehead soft. Muscles around the eyes relax so the eyeballs can rest into the sockets. Jaws relaxed. Shoulders resting down away from the ears. And your hands soft, resting. And breathing, just notice the gentle movement of your breath as your lungs fill up as you breathe in. You might sense your chest, your ribs expand a little. And as you breathe out and the lungs empty, your chest, shoulders, ribs just soften and rest. So just sensing the gentle movement of the breath. As you slowly breathe in, your lungs fill up, your chest and shoulders softly open up, expand. And as you breathe out, your lungs empty, and your shoulders, chest and ribs gently soften back in. Keeping the face soft, keep the hands nice and light, and just noticing your breathing. Gentle expansion across your chest, ribs, shoulders as you breathe in. And that softening, condensing back into the body as you breathe out. Slow and gentle. Face soft, hands nice and light. And bring your awareness to the back of the shoulders where your shoulder blades are. And the shoulder blades are like two plates, two triangular shaped plates at the back of the shoulders, either side of your spine at the back. Your back is nice and soft and broad. And I'd like you to imagine that you've got a beautiful pair of wings at your back, growing out of your back, from your shoulder blades on the right side, the left side, your right wing and your left wing, just growing out from the spine at the back. Just imagine. If you're a visual person, you might imagine what your wings look like. If you're not a visual person, just imagine how that feels to have wings. How do they feel? Your wings, you can make them however you wish them to be. What do they look like? What do they feel like? The wings just softly growing out of the back. And the right shoulder blade and the left shoulder blade. The breath gently moving. And just like you to consider, what do your wings need to do for you? right now in your life? How can your wings help you? Maybe they're going to lift you up over obstacles that you're facing or about to face. Maybe your wings will lift you up out of a rut you might be finding yourself in. Maybe they'll help you to feel free, buoyant, light. Maybe they'll give you a sense of courage. Maybe that's where your strength comes, from your beautiful light wings. The buoyancy is where your strength is, the softness, the lightness. How are your wings going to help you in your life right now? And imagine that happening. Imagine that your wings are already doing their job, giving you that lift. What does that feel like? I'd like you to just be with this for a minute or so, just softly breathing. You get lost in your mind, in your thoughts, just let your awareness come back to your breath and your beautiful wings, how they feel, how it feels to have wings to help you in your current situation. How are your wings going to help you right now? What does that look like or feel like? And noticing your breathing just softly, gently. The lungs breathing in the background. Face soft. Hands comfortably resting. And allow your arms to start to float softly out to the sides, like wings. Hands softly floating out to the sides at about shoulder level, keeping your shoulders comfortable. And then I'd like you to softly wrap your wings around you by bringing your arms forward, one arm above the other. Rest your hands on your shoulders and just softly wrap yourself in your wings. Let your shoulders relax, elbows sort of drop down towards the chest. Maybe your head drops down a little. Or maybe your wings can protect you as well, keeping you safe. And then notice which arm is on top. We're going to reverse the cross in a moment, but as you let your chest lift and your wings softly open out, the sides softly, your beautiful wings expanding and opening up, giving you that lift. And then let them fold in front of you, other arm on top this time, hands resting somewhere on the shoulders, elbows softly drop down onto the chest. Head might bow down a little, just that sense of protection, your lovely soft center. And then again, as your chest softly rises and your wings open up, so you can open up your heart, your chest, that lovely vulnerable space, because you can fly. You've got the wings to take you through life. Take a breath in And as you breathe out, let your hands softly come together into a little prayer position in front of your heart. Let your wings settle into your back. Just let them rest, knowing that they are there to help you in whichever way you need. As you bow your head softly down and open your eyes to look down, give yourself a big smile now that you know where your strength lies, your lightness, your softness, and your beautiful wings that will carry you through. And as you raise your head, take your smile with you into the rest of the day. Thank you. See you next time.